Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike here from Arizona, and I am going to be doing a tour of this store in Tempe, Arizona called Club Reef. This is a store I decided to go in and partner with to do my home reef aquarium, as well as partner with maybe future projects to come with Green Oasis Farms. So let's take a look at his store. Let's go in there and have him introduce himself and talk about the future of his business and what he plans on doing.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
This is Andrew. So Andrew, introduce yourself.
My name is Andrew Meyer. I own Club Reef. We've been here, I bought the store in 2016, and we're doing a lot of changes. We did have a car accident. A car literally drove through our shop. So we're kind of in the rebuild stage, and we're actually doing what we want to do with this store compared to how the previous setup was.
Excellent. So let's talk about the beginning stages. When you walk in your store, I see this impressive tank and all this setup going on here. And
so the first system here is a 375-gallon display tank. Our goal for it is going to be all Eugenio with high-end fish. The sump on it is a 220 sump. We'll be running the dual filter rollers and 3 filter socks and a couple protein skimmers. And we're going to be running Kessel lights over this.
How many Kessel lights are you going to be doing?
I think we'll be running 4 AP700s and 10 A360s.
That sounds like a lot of lighting right there.
Yeah, it should be pretty beast. We're also in the current process of building 2 more tanks with a very similar dimension as this. This is a 96 by 25 by 36. We are building 2 96 by 24 by 36. One will go along this wall, and we're gonna house mainly Acropora millipora, and then the other one will go on this rack here, and this will be more like high-end leathers and an Antheus tank.
So you keep saying we're building, so are you actually building these yourself?
It's just me, yeah. So I'm building all the tanks. I do have some help, obviously. But yeah, so I built this tank, I built the sump, I built the system. And so yeah, we have full access to a full acrylic shop that I own off-site, and anything and everything that you can pretty much imagine, we can build it for you.
Absolutely, and take a look at these seams, guys. These seams are flawless on these tanks, and they're absolutely beautiful. This is an amazing tank. Now, I wouldn't mind having this, or even something the size of the sump as a display in my own home. Look at this sump, guys. Look at these protein skimmers. Look at this. This is absolutely incredible.
So I believe that the sump dimensions are 90 by 24 by 24.
And what are the thickness on the walls here and everything of this
So
sump?
everything on the sump is 1/2 inch, and then the 375 is 1 inch on the box, 3/4 inch on the top, and 1/2 inch on the bottom.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And it looks like you have like kind of like a stairway going up here.
So the whole idea of this is we're going to put torches up high, hammers and octave spawn and frog spawn down low. That way the torches like more light, and we won't have coral warfare. So we're trying to avoid coral warfare at all costs, essentially.
Right, and do you plan on having any other like fish in here or anything? Or?
So yeah, we do have a fishless goal for this. I think we're going to focus on the higher end tangs, maybe do a gold flake angel, stuff that definitely won't mess with the Eugenio.
Okay, excellent. And obviously your tanks will keep the algae down and things.
100%, yeah.
So I got to ask you a question. How many gallons per hour is your pump actually returning back to this top tank?
I think we're actually, the plan is to run 2 4,000-gallon pumps.
Wow.
And then we have, I believe we have 4 power heads actually on the bottom of this, on the bottom of the tank that's underneath to keep everything stirred up from the bottom.
Right.
And then we'll be putting a couple MP60s in here as well, once we realize what the demands of the system are going to be.
That's quite impressive.
So.
And then how many gallons per hour are these protein skimmers? These are pretty serious. These are like trash can size protein skimmers.
Yeah, I know that they're both rated for like 700-gallon systems.
Right,
So
okay.
we're only going to be running them during the night. We're actually not going to run while lights are on. Okay. We do run a really unique light cycle in our shop and on our propagation system. We do run 4 on, 8 off, 4 on, 8 off. So These will run the 8 hours during the the lights are off.
Okay, that's perfect. That's actually a really good system you got going there. Can you explain a little to the people why you might want to run your system that way?
So like the reason why we're running our light system that way is more or less our goals for growth. We're not necessarily using it for viewing pleasure like an average person would be. So we're going for corals just thriving to their maximum capability and growing as fast as they can. And the other unique thing is, so I'm a scuba diver. I've been a diver for about 17 years. When I go scuba diving, you realize that most corals don't get high intense light for very long during the day. So I'm more or less trying to replicate what nature actually gives to coral, and at the same time take the benefit of confusing them and allowing them to grow approximately 70% faster.
So that's actually really impressive and really interesting. So I guess a lot of the question a lot of people have, is there such thing as a too clean of a tank?
Yeah, well, yeah. I find that you can have too clean of a tank, especially, well, depending on what you're growing as well. Okay. So like Acropora, Millipora obviously want a clean tank, but like your zoanthids or your even GSP, I went to do a maintenance on a tank last night, and their water parameters were just too clean, and the GSP was not happy. So gotcha. I definitely think you have too clean of a tank. That's why I don't plan on running my protein skimmers on this system 24/7 on the Ophelia tank, because they do get their food out of the water stream.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, excellent. And how long have you been in the hobby altogether?
I've had a reef tank since 2001.
And you've probably seen a lot change since then?
Yeah, it's night and day. Technology back then to the technology now is, it's so much easier to run a reef tank successfully these days.
Right.
Back in the day, we were thriving off of live rock, water buffer, and water changes.
Gotcha. And have you brought any of that old school stuff into your store?
Yeah, so like I do still reef kind of old school. Like you'll see all my systems just have obscene amounts of water buffer. And even like in this system, technically I cut the tank in half for usage by using this stair-step concept. And how I look at it is I literally have water buffer behind it.
Okay.
So, and I'm kind of going with that whole mindset of believing that that doesn't exist. With all my calculations, I took that out for usable display tank space.
Perfect. Excellent. So I noticed that you have a lot of tanks set up here, and I'm just trying to see like how are your tanks set up? Do you have a certain way you're going to be keeping fish in here, or? Correct.
Yeah. So the first 3 bays, the first 3 sets of tanks here are all wild caught fish that I get from the wholesalers in LA. Yeah, so I basically have all the wild caught fish. There are some exceptions, but and then the next bay, bay 4, is for aquacultured fish. So like anything that was born in a tank, raised in a tank, I have here. Right now there's a few exceptions because we did have a system that was sabotaged a few weeks ago and I had to move some stuff over. But
so let's get to, somebody sabotaged your system.
Yeah, so someone literally broke in the middle of the night and put something actually in all the systems, and we've got 2 of them 100% up, and we're still waiting for the 3rd one to kind of cycle and do their thing. That's
a shame that somebody would be that low to do something like that.
No, it really is, and it's kind of mind-boggling. So
that's crazy. Now you said that is this actually a wild caught fish?
It is a wild caught mandarin, okay. Yeah.
You don't see a lot of tank raised of these that often.
Correct. I can definitely get tank raised mandarins. Okay. They are on the pricier side currently.
Right, and then the difference would be between the two. What would make one more expensive than the other?
So the fact that a captive bred mandarin is going to be eating frozen already. So that in itself is worth the extra, I don't know, $60.
Yeah, I can tell you, I haven't. I said what it's worth. Actually, I say those mandarins, they're hard to get them to eat when right out of the wild. So I would definitely pay extra for a captive bred.
No, I agree. That's a red mandarin actually. So he's kind of.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's a male red, kind of unique, kind of different. So I believe we have a green back here, but yeah. And then right here in the middle of the store, we're going to be running all of our frag tanks. So the first one's going to be actually a clean system, focusing on SPS, and then the next couple bays are all just going to be not as clean of systems, but LPS, anemones, etc.
So what will set your store apart from other local businesses with your frag system and everything.
So what's really unique about our frag system is our goal in the next 24 months is to be 100% sustainable. So if we, like, I'm sure you guys are getting glimpses in the background, but we do have a propagation system in the back here. It's 30 40-gallon breeders, 30 lights, 3 700-gallon systems. We only have the first system 100% operating, and we have it about 40% full of growing corals. We can walk back here and check it out. I definitely do think that in the future, we know with Indonesia just like being so fickle, being open and closed, we really can't depend on them being a sustainable source. So I'm literally taking it upon myself to make it so I have coral when I need coral for my clients. And the other thing that, since I've been in it since 2001, it's always so frustrating as a hobbyist, like have a crash or lose a coral and then go back to the retailer that sold it to you to find out that they don't actually still have it in stock. So I'm really trying to put an end to that, where if you buy something from me, in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you can come back and buy it again from me. So,
that sounds amazing, because it's hard to get stuff that they had a couple of years ago because it came from somewhere and now the borders are closed on that. And
yeah, no, it's quite frustrating. So here, I'll show you guys the sumps for the system. So these are just a little bit bigger than the sump previously. These are 96 by 24 by 24. There's 3 of them. We're really focusing on just being green efficient. And what I mean by that is, like, we really strive for a vertical integration. So if I can use vertical integration in any system, I'm definitely going to use it. That's why we went 3 tanks high, because we had the space. We actually had to rip the ceiling out of the main room to actually get so we are going to be able to hang the lights over the 3rd set.
Wow.
So
that's insane.
Yeah. But yeah, so these sumps are pretty impressive. All half inch baffles, half inch box, half inch bottom.
Excellent, excellent. Again, all self-built by you.
All self-built. I built them all in my shop. So
excellent.
Yeah. Some other cool things that we're about to do. We're about to do a big grand reopening, and we're going to be offering roadie cards. All you can use RODI water for a year for $10, and then we'll do saltwater cards. We've been using Fritz salt. All you can use salt water for $99.99 for the whole year.
Wow, that's quite impressive.
Yeah, so look out for our grand opening sale, and that's definitely going to be part of it. We're only going to have a limited amount of cards for both of those products, but I know they're going to go fast. So.
Well, that sounds like an amazing deal. It's something I'll probably cross-promote within my own website and my Facebook page and everything.
Cool.
But that's excellent. But if you had one piece of advice to give anybody, what would it be?
Have a plan. Having a plan is the most important thing. I see it every day in a retail shop. People come in and impulse buy, and it normally makes them regret purchasing that item. So before any system that you would set up, I would sit down, figure it out, write down your goals, and make sure that your goals don't cross each other. As in, you know, I really want this fish and I really want this coral, and obviously a lot of times it doesn't work out. So.
All right. Perfect. Well, thank you for having us in, and there will be definitely more videos to come as I rebuild my reef tank with the merchandise from this awesome store. You guys have a great day. Comment, please like, please subscribe, and visit us at greenoasisfarms.com and see Andrew at Club Reef. And you gonna have a website?
Yeah, so our website's gonna be wildfirecoral.com. It should be out here in the next couple weeks. So.
Excellent. You guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.